Well, g'day there, podcaster. These are our best bits.
Yeah, well, of specific things. And we're starting it off with a bit of a guessing game. You know how we do that sometimes we're like, hey, can we guess if you're a cop or if you smoke durries?
Yep.
It's a fun little thing we do from time to time.
Yeah, and the reason I like this format of the podcast is it's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and they say, hey, you could order some stuff.
Yeah.
Or you could do the feed me.
Oh,
This feels like a feed me.
Feed me.
Feed me.
Yeah.
And at the end, because it's so much of the same flavour, you might be like, oh, it was good. It's just lots of rice. Like, it was lots of rice.
And I said, you said feed you, so I fed you.
Yeah. But hey, see how you go. Also, if you like the segment, you might have caught one here and there. Now you're going to get all of them. Now you're up to speed. So then if you listen to the show going on, then you've heard them all.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy.
I'm trying to really sell this thing here. I feel like I'm making it sound worse than it is.
Yeah, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You're listening to Young Kings, Ben and Liam. Oh, yeah, Belle's there too.
The mullet is well and truly back. It's stronger than ever, but a bit of a worry if you're a private school kid because they're being outlawed by many of the top schools around the country. And some parents are saying, well, hey, what does that have to do with education? And if your kids, self-confidence is already low and they just want to express themselves with their hair. And, some schools are saying no fades, no taper fades. It's getting wild.
I think what we're going to do right now is almost a social experiment because what we're going to do is speak to people who either have mullets or don't have mullets, and then we're going to try and guess if they have a mullet or not. So I guess we're trying to judge their character just from a couple of seconds of interaction.
Yeah, we'll see what job you have or what kind of car you drive, maybe. And then we'll guess if you have a mullet, and we'll try and disprove that maybe you can be successful even with a mullet.
Jack in Sydney, how you doing, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, Jack. What do you do for a crust?
I'm a plumber.
Plumber.
Right, yep. And do you have any premiership Guernseys framed in your house?
No, I don't.
Okay, interesting.
Do you have like a pair of footy shorts even though you haven't played footy in a while?
Yes, I do.
Righto. Do you ever match them up with a Hurley shirt, mate, or a Jet Pilot shirt?
No, just work shirt.
I reckon I feel like a couple of the questions have hit, a couple have missed, but I'm vibing mullet.
It feels mullet.
Are you vibing mullet, Liam?
Jack, I think you've got a mullet.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's pretty bang on, eh?
Yeah.
It's annoying. We got you by the mullet.
Good stuff, Jack.
Thanks anyway, Jack. Mick in Melbourne. Sounds like a very mullety name, Mick, doesn't it?
Yeah. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, pretty good, Mick.
Mick, are you bunging it
Yeah,
on a bit?
hang on a sec while I open my beer.
Yeah. Do you have any tattoos, Mick?
I've got many tattoos, mate.
Do you have any tattoos of children's name?
Only ones I think might be mine.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Have you got a cupboard in your house that's just for stubby holders?
I have, and I've also got a very special cupboard that smells quite nice.
Righto. Okay. Some dried,
Oregano.
yeah.
Oh.
My worry with Mick is maybe he's coming on a little too strong to
Yeah.
try and put us off the trail.
Yeah, I reckon you don't have a mullet, Mick.
Mate, I used to have a mullet.
Yes, we are bang on tonight.
Man, you're probably driving the Mercedes Benz, aren't we all? Shane, how are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
Not too bad. Thoughts on motorsports, Shane?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
You ever driven a VE Commodore in your time?
A beer, yep.
Yeah, you have driven
And,
a
yeah. What about the smell of burnt rubber? Do you enjoy it?
Oh, I used to, yeah.
Shane, I reckon you've got a mullet.
Yep.
We're killing this.
We're 3 for 3.
We are killing this. I mean, it feels like we should call it here.
It feels like we should call
3 for 3. I mean, do we risk it all?
I don't think so. What do we got to lose?
we got nothing to prove here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why don't we
okay.
let Belle do one, Belle? Because Liam and I are doing all the questions. Why don't we give Belle a shot?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Let's
right.
go to... Do we just do Shane?
Yeah, we did
did.
Shane. Let's go to Peter.
All right, Peter.
Well, evening, Peter. What do you do for a job?
I'm a tradie.
Okay. Do you wear, like, sport Guernseys out in public, Peter?
Definitely do.
Yeah, right.
What's your team, mate? What's your team?
Sorry?
What team do you barrack for?
Oh, well, Blues.
Yeah, right.
The Blues. Oh, Do Blues fans have mullets? Hey, Peter, when you go to the pub, what do you order?
Oh, definitely a steak. Definitely get a
Steak.
Steak.
Dangerous at a pub. You never know if they do it right.
I think you're a steak-eating mullet wearer, Peter.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Damn it.
Ah, Belle hasn't got the gift.
You ruined our good work.
Well, Liam and I are 3 for 3.
Sorry, my mullet radar is off.
Nah, it's bang off, mate. Your mullet radar was like, even Peter was laughing at you on the phone line there.
You're listening to Len, Beam and Lel.
Ben, Liam and Belle here across Australia. You are tuned into Nova. That was Chapel Roan.
Last night we were asking if you work on the line, if you work at a factory or something like that. We'd love to hear from you. And we got this call from Nicole, whose brother worked at a cigarette factory.
My brother-in-law, he worked at Benson and Hedges in Sydney.
The Durries, right?
The Durries, yeah. They actually have to smoke the cigarettes like testers. And
Oh,
and
man.
they had like a panel, and he used to have to be like, did it tickle in his throat? Did it go down the esophagus? Did it make someone cough more?
Wow.
Did it have more of a front of mouth, back of mouth taste? Like, it was really
Wow.
weird.
I got a few mates who would die for a job like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Just punching lung blasters all day, every day. And Nicole's brother-in-law, who actually worked at the factory, joins us now. How you doing, Adrian?
Yeah, good, mate.
Oh, you can certainly hear the Benson and Hedges in the back of the throat there a little bit.
Wow. Adrian, were you obviously a smoker before you took up that job, or how did that happen?
That was an apprenticeship. That was back in 1999, so it's quite some time ago now.
Yeah, and do you still smoke now?
No.
Okay,
no.
yeah. I suppose you had enough for one lifetime.
Well,
That's-
yeah.
that's for
That's
sure.
it. That's it.
Did you smoke outside of the job or only when you were in there?
I was both. I got paid to smoke as well.
That's wild.
Adrian,
That
do
is.
you...
Do they still have people like? Do you know anyone at the Benson and Hedges factory that are still getting paid to like smoke?
No, everything's shut down and gone offshore. It's
Okay,
cheaper.
okay, that makes sense. I was going to say it just doesn't like when we were speaking to your sister-in-law. We're like, how is this a thing? But maybe if it was like almost 20 years ago, it sort of makes a little.
So
bit
if
more
you're
sense.
working in the factory and you're taste testing these cigarettes for quality control, front of mouth, back of mouth, how many cigarettes were you smoking a day?
Okay, so personally, probably like a pack every 2 days. But for the thing called the Omega panel, then for an example, there might be a test for throat harshness, throat impact.
Right.
So you'd have a test cigarette and you'd measure that against another 5 cigarettes and rate it on a scale 1 to 5.
Oh.
And there'd be 10 people in the room, and then you wouldn't know what everyone's voting or writing down. And then they'd add up everyone's results, and if you were way off, you'd be off the panel if you're close.
And were you
Then-
known as like one of the more reliable panel ops?
I just did it because the kickback. So you get out of it doing work, and you get a day at the cricket in the box, and fruit coffee and cake.
God. Is this what people mean when they're like, yeah, the 80s? Like, that's...
This was the
that's-
90s,
This
wasn't
is
it? It
the
was late
99.
90s?
Yeah, this is just before Y2K. You know, like
Adrian, you
Yeah.
said you don't smoke anymore, correct?
No.
Do
Good on
you
you.
regret the job?
I mean, at the time, I didn't even smoke Benson Hedges anyway. It was a different brand. So we used to get a carton a fortnight for free type thing, and I
Yeah.
just sell that for, I think, $20 for the whole carton.
Wow. Well, obviously, we as a show, we say we don't endorse smoking whatsoever.
No.
yeah.
Um,
Bella's a pack-a-day smoker, but
Oh
apart
my
from
God,
that,
what? No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Do not
wonder,
peddle that.
I wonder if tonight we could do 13 24 10. You call us, and from speaking to you, we try and guess if you're a smoker.
yeah.
So ideally, you have a raspy voice, or you are a smoker. 13
Yeah,
24
you
10.
might sound like you smoke, but you don't.
13 24 10. Give us a buzz. We'll try and guess if you're a smoker next.
The Ben, Liam and Bell podcast. Wait, is Liam that guy from TikTok?
We were just speaking to a guy who used to work in a dairy factory back in the 90s, and he would literally like, test the cigarettes at Benson and Hedges, and they would say, like, how rough was that on the throat? And he'd go,
And he's-
yeah, that was about a 6.
Yeah, and he said you did it because they'd give you free tickets to the cricket.
Yeah.
Now, as a show disclaimer, we do not endorse smoking.
Yeah, well, no one does. Even the packets don't, but people do. And we want to guess this evening if you do, just from your voice. Daniela in Sydney, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah,
My
see, it doesn't sound too
initial
worn.
response
you know?
is that you're not a smoker.
But I mean, you don't know. I mean, if you were to smoke, what would be your cigarette of choice? Do you think, Daniela?
Doesn't want to
Well,
say.
Wow, it's almost like you can't name a brand.
I think that she
Oh.
actually, now having heard that response, I feel like she knew lots of brands, but she didn't want to say.
Yeah, she's like trying not to say like all her favorite dairy brands.
Yeah.
maybe I don't smoke and I don't know the brand.
Yeah, I feel like you're good at fooling us, though.
You're going to say not a smoker?
Oh, Danielle, I'm going to say you don't smoke.
Okay, what about, is that a unanimous?
Yep, we're saying you don't
We're
smoke.
all agree with Liam. You don't smoke.
Okay, I do smoke and I have smoked for 50 years this year.
Wow.
Again, we don't endorse smoking, but you sound.
You sounded very proud of that. 50 years still going strong. Well, your voice sounds pretty good, I got to say, Daniela.
Let's go to Rob in Melbourne. How you doing tonight, Rob?
Not too bad, team. How's yourself?
Pretty good, mate. You got a lot of disposable income, or is money a bit tight?
Money's a bit tight.
Yeah. What do you do for crust, Rob?
Me, I'm a warehouse worker.
Okay, yep. So obviously you'd have to be careful in the warehouse, but smoko, good to get a bit of fresh air, have a lung blast to get out of there for a little bit.
Traditionally, if you're going to have smoko, what would you have on your smoko?
If I was having my smoke out, it'd just be a toasty.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I maybe I'm just judging you for your voice, Rob, but I'm going to lock in smoker.
I'm locking in smoker.
No, you got me.
A toasty and a cigarette.
A toasty.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's bad for you, Rob, but you know that.
And a little face candle.
Face candle.
Megan in Melbourne. Hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
Pretty good. You don't sound
Once again,
like
I know
a smoker.
we've already been fooled, but you don't sound. I mean, what do you do for work, Megan?
I'm a HR manager.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that would be stressful. You'd be dealing with people's crap all the time. Maybe you just want
No,
a
I
minute to
probably
yourself.
cause most of the crap.
You
to
cause
be
most
honest.
of the crap. Okay.
Megan,
because you're smoking inside the office.
No.
Megan, at work, do you have a little box of those disposable blue gloves?
No.
Okay. Sometimes smokers wear those to hide the smell.
You ever
Yeah.
tried the patches?
No.
No? Well, you wouldn't need to, I suppose, if you never tried to give up,
True, I
or
wouldn't
if
need
you
to.
never smoked in the first place. Who knows?
Exactly.
Right now, are you feeling pretty relaxed or are you a bit stressed?
I've got 19,000 kids, so I'm always stressed.
Okay.
I think Megan's not a smoker.
I'm saying not a smoker.
I am saying not a smoker.
So you're all saying not a smoker?
Not a smoker.
Bow, you're wrong.
Megan!
Another smoker.
Wow.
Another dang smoker.
Megan, did you say you have a lot of kids?
We've had all smokers so
yeah,
far.
9 kids.
Wow,
kids,
9.
Megan.
And you hit us with your own sound effect as well.
Bum, bum. Oh, yeah. All right, let's move to Trace. How you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
There's a bit of rasp in that voice.
I know. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Tracy, I got a pretty intimate question for you. If you looked at your index finger on the inside, does it have a bit of a tinge to the colour of the skin?
It could have.
Okay. Have you got any chewing gum in your pocket right now?
No.
Okay.
How much money do you think you spend a day, Tracy?
On cigarettes.
You may have given yourself away there, Trace. I think you enjoy lung blasters just as much as the next guy. I think
Yeah.
you're a smoker.
No, I'm not.
Whoa!
Oh, bloody
All
hell,
over
Tracy.
the shop! Never touched a cigarette in your life?
No, not for 30. I used to smoke when I was younger, but not for 30 years.
Okay.
30 years is a long time. A long time.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Well, good on you for kicking the habit, Tracy. That's great news.
Hey, Trace, you want to go to the movies?
Oh, I'd love to.
or
Thank you.
would you like a packet of... No,
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm obviously kidding.
Yeah, well, it cost a bit. Yeah, the movies it cost a bit less, I think. So.
Yep. All right, well, they're all yours. You got 2 tickets to go to 28 Years Later in cinemas June 19. Enjoy, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No worries at all. Thanks for giving us a buzz.
You like that feeling in your ear holes? That's the Ben Lamb and Bell podcast. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
I can't believe this story. A New York police officer has been let go because she was caught twerking in a music video.
Shorty love the track, but she love the pole. Make that clap. Make it drop and roll.
This is the actual song,
Yeah. So it's by Esquire, S-Choir.
and we've watched the video, and it was all for research. So if my wife says me internet history or whatever, it was for the show.
Well, it is pretty. When you say she was removed from duty because she was twerking, it's not like she was drunk at a pub and she was twerking. Like it's pretty revealing.
Yeah, because you see the headline, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's her and like 20 other girls in a club and she's just in there in the background. But it's just her
Very much
by
just
herself
her, yeah.
on a stage and the camera's right up there. You see it all. She's given it all. And I still think it's a bit unfair, but they have let her go.
Yeah, I know. But she swore an oath to serve, protect, and make that ass clap. And she did all of those things. But she's not been fired. She's just been like removed from. I suppose she's been. Yeah.
She's been taken off all the cases. So I think it's kind of like they've taken her off and they're probably going to have a chat and then.
Yeah,
it's not
okay.
looking
It's
good.
probably not great. I mean, what do you do? Do you flag it? Do you just say, "Hey, I'm just going to be in this rap like music clip sort of thing"? Like, you got to run it up.
Apparently she was supposed to. That's
So
part of the problem.
That's
Yes.
the problem. She's doing a bit of work on the side. You got to sort of flag that stuff.
She probably thought she'd get away with it. Looking at the music video, there's no way you'd watch it and go, she's a cop, 100%.
Oh,
Like-
nah, you can always pick cops.
No, you can't.
When she was twerking in the rap video, you're like, "That's a cop. That's an undercover cop."
You could tell that was an undercover cop.
I mean, sometimes you can tell that it's like a it's a cop when they come up to your music festival and they're wearing like a Rick and Morty t-shirt and like cargo pants and they're like, "Do you have any ecstasy tablets?" That's when you sort of can tell. Well, should we do that this evening? 13 24 10. If you're a cop or if you're not a cop, you call up. We just have a bit of a chat and then we try and pick if you're a cop or not.
Yeah. So every single caller is
Yeah.
going to be undercover.
Okay, I like that.
Maybe you're a real cop and you're undercover. Maybe you're just somebody and you're not a cop. If you want to try and trick us, we'd love for you to get involved.
This is-
13 24 10.
This is good. So we are going to need some. If you're just listening and you're like, I'm not, I'm just like whatever.
Yep.
I'm a nurse. That's fine. But we do need some people to trick us. So if you are not a police officer and you'd like to trick us, 13 24 10, and we do need some cops as well. So if you're in law enforcement, 13 24 10, Ben, myself, and Belle are going to try and see if we can sniff you out.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Tyson joins us now in Melbourne. We're trying to suss out if you're a cop or not. How was your day, Tyson?
Yeah, good. Pretty busy, mate.
Nice. And how do you feel about crime?
They're all right. Some people are good. Some people are bad. You never know what you deal with,
I think you've just outed yourself as a cop like straight away, Tyson. You're a cop. You're terrible at this game. You're a police officer, right?
He's really good.
Tyson, you're a cop, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you just you can never go undercover. Please just stay in uniform because, and like we're just nice people on the radio. We're just having fun. I threw some light questioning at you and you crumbled straight away. But if I was like, if you were like supposed to go deep undercover trying to burst this sort of bikie operation or something, you'd be a goner, Tyson. You'd be an absolute goner. You seem like a sweet guy, but that information just came out way too easily.
Immediate fail.
Immediate. He's like, yeah, no, they're good. Or some people are like, what?
It's like you had your badge on your belt still.
Literally, it's like you came in like with a tracksuit and you're like, "Hey guys, the name's Spike. I'm new around here. Where can I buy some drugs?" And you left your radio on, and they're like, "Alpha Bravo, Alpha." You're like, "Whoops."
Stop being so. Tyson, I think you did a great job. And if he wasn't a
Don't lie to
cop,
him.
he would have been. That would have been really good if he wasn't. But he was.
He was. Let's talk to Jess. Hello, Jess.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Okay, yeah, certainly coming in a little bit more chill.
Jess, can I ask, what do you do for work?
I'm a copper.
Yep. No. Oh
So-
wait. Now I'm confused.
Yeah, so you're a cop, aren't you? You're an actual cop?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
work
yeah.
with the highway patrol.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are people understanding the game? So we're trying to like see if we can sniff out the cop.
So I was hoping you were like, I work at like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
whatever. It's a
We
side
thought you were
hustle.
going to try and trick us. Unless, of course, you do work at a 7-Eleven and you're pretending to be a cop. But can I just confirm, Jess, you're an actual cop, yeah?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. Okay. all
Highway
right.
patrol seems fun too.
So far we're 2 for 2. For
A lot of cops.
Picking the cops.
A lot of cops. We picked a lot of cops here. Okay, let's meet Kane. Hello, Kane.
How you going?
Yeah, cool. You seem cool. And Kane seems like a real citizen name. Citizen Kane. How do you feel about bongs?
Sorry, what was that?
Bongs. Partial to them?
Bongs.
Yeah.
Water pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're illegal.
Cop. Definitely cop. Definitely cop. Kane, you're a cop. Cop. You a cop?
Are you a cop, Kane?
Are you asking me if I'm a
Yeah,
cop?
yeah. The bit's done
We were
now.
saying you're a cop, yeah.
No, I'm not.
Whoa! Okay. What do you do for work, Kane?
I run a property development business.
Bloody got us! And you sound very cop-like. You sound like more of a cop than the last two cops. But yeah, you've actually pulled one over us there.
Let's see if we can end it on a good note. Let's go one more. Brad in Melbourne. You want to do some drugs?
No.
Okay, and do you ever speed?
No.
Just a little bit?
Nope.
Okay, what about Navy? Do you wear a lot of it?
No.
You've got shorts on right now. How long are your shorts?
Just above my knees.
Oh, that's short.
Yeah, right. And so what do you do for work, Brad?
A chef.
We're going to go cop?
That's exactly what an undercover cop would say. I reckon you're a cop.
Yep.
Yeah! We got him. I mean, that's a pretty good strike rate.
Yeah.
Like, we picked 4 out of 5 cops there.
Not bad, Brad. Thank you very much. We are going to pay for your dinner tonight. You got some Guzmani Gomez on us?
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, Brad, do you ever take the patrol car through the drive-thru?
Sometimes.
And is it true, like at Macca's and stuff, you get a bit of a discount?
Yep.
Really?
That is cool.
I didn't know that.
That is cool. It's like you almost would do it to wear the uniform to... But then I suppose that is very illegal, impersonating a police officer just for like 20% off a cheeseburger. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. No.
Good on you, Brad. Have a great night.
If you're listening to this podcast at 2 times speed, it's the Ben Lehman Bell Podcast.
Tinder has added a new feature so you can now see how tall your prospective partner is.
Jeez, if only that was around back in my day, would have surely, roped a few more in with my towering height.
Well, Liam, you and I are both married men.
Yep.
Off the market. Sorry,
Off
ladies.
the market. Sorry, ladies. 2 tall guys married.
I am hoping that, though, for the tall single men, that the slider goes up to 6'6".
Yeah.
I don't know if it just maxes out at like 6'2" and then goes
Probably,
like...
yeah, around our height, probably maxes out, I'd say.
Okay, so yeah,
Max
the
height.
boys are little shorties, and it's sweet.
No,
but
no,
there
no,
is
no,
this
no.
Weird...
We were looking for shouties back in the day, and and it would have been handy if they knew we were tall before we.
Bless.
you
What
know.
is this obsession that guys have with like just obsessing over being tall, but also B, if you're not, you always like have to lie and be like, no, I'm totally like.
Well, as I said aggressively in a recent Ben Lehman Bell off-air podcast, we are tall, and we're taller than every partner you've ever had. Which I don't know where I pulled that from, but I meant it. And we measured your current partner, and we tower over the guy. We tower over him.
Why is
And he's
there
a lovely
this
guy,
obsession?
but we're very much taller than
But that's the thing, guys will open like this new feature on Tinder. Sure,
Mhm.
yeah, it's great because you can look at how tall this person is. But I can tell you right now, the guys will be adding inches onto themselves. They will not be as tall as they say they
I think
are
we've
at
always
all.
been very forthcoming with our height.
Just
I also think, though, Belle, as a lady, you'll be looking at the height.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I wouldn't take that as gospel because, like I said, like I would probably deduct height from that, knowing that guys always add on.
But be honest, as a lady, when you see a guy who's 6'5", like Liam and I,
You just
do you get a little bit weak at the knees?
I have never been weak at the knees around you for any
I'm
reason.
weak at the knees just structurally because I'm such a towering figure. It sort of hurts. I'm carrying I'm top heavy.
Oh,
I've got
yeah,
a
no,
long
you are,
torso.
you are top heavy though.
I'm going to get you those knee braces for your birthday.
Thank you. Do you know what you don't need to get me? Those shoes that they have on the Jetstar flight magazine that make you taller, that some short businessmen wear.
You literally, the other day, were talking about buying a pair of them because you said
what?
at this event that we're doing, you need to look tall.
I don't remember that.
What I want to do tonight is 13, 24, 10. Can we guess if you're tall? So you call 13 24 10. We got 12 months worth of KO to give away. This is an amazing prize. Give us a buzz. All you have to do is just call us. The producers will get your height off air, and then we have to guess, are you over 6 foot?
Yeah. Ben and I are far over 6 foot, so we feel like we're in a good position to be able to guess. James in Melbourne, how are you?
Hey, mate, how you doing?
Good. Yeah, you sound very confident. And, as a tall gent, I'm sure you would be. Let's
that's for you to find out, mate.
let's talk dogs for a second. What size shoe you rocking?
Oh, mate, that'll just give it away.
No, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
We're
We've got to ask
whatever-
some sort of question.
We can ask any question we want except for how
Yeah.
tall are you?
Yeah.
I'm a size 10.5.
That's smaller than your sizes, isn't it, guys?
10.5 is pretty respectable.
It's respectable, but, we do have big dogs and we are very tall.
No, but you have bigger
Yeah.
feet, but you're not tall.
James,
so I would think
James,
he's not tall.
I would say he's a smidge over 6 foot. James, are you 6 foot?
Going to lock it in.
I'm 6'2".
Nice.
I knew it. I could hear that 6'2" energy from you. You're confidently clear. You're confidently clear. Tash in Melbourne, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, good. Okay. Are you an athlete? Do you play a sport at all?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
When you're in the kitchen, do you sometimes need help to get stuff from the top shelf?
That's just giving it away.
That's the game!
Yeah,
Say again, what's your answer?
Yeah, I do.
You do, okay.
Yeah, look, Tash, you do sound very nice and petite. I think we're gonna lock in under 6 foot.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're right.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Oh, yeah, small.
That's like two. That's like you could have two of you on your shoulders, and that'd be mile height.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, if you had a friend your size in one of those long jackets to try and sneak into the cinema, you would look normal walking next to Ben.
Are you saying you're 10 feet?
Guys, we're on a heater here. Archie in Melbourne. We're trying to guess if you're over 6 foot or not. How do you go on planes? Are you comfy?
A little bit squishy on planes.
A little bit
When you're in
squishy.
row 55.
Yeah, I get you. And do you look down on people, like physically, not metaphorically?
Some people, not everyone.
Okay.
Not everyone.
Archie, see, I keep just going off voice, but I feel like the voice is a bit deeper on this one, so I'm thinking tall.
But he could be a little staunch nugget. You know what I mean?
Archie, do you often, can you feel a draft on your ankles?
No, I wear baggy pants, so the ankles they're nice and covered.
I'm leaning. I think under 6.
I reckon you're just under 6, hey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to lock that in, Archie. Are you under 6 foot?
I am.
No, you can always tell. You can always tell.
All right, you sneaky shorty, get out of here.
Get out of here, you little leprechaun. Sorry, no. I'm being tallest. I was just blessed with a very long frame.
You weren't.
I can't believe we got 3 out of 3 right now. We're on a heater.
We're killing this. Tyler in Sydney, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, okay. Very deep voice. You play basketball?
No.
You play footy?
No.
You play any sport?
No.
Okay, that's okay. Maybe because you're so tall, you find it hard to play sports. I don't know. We're trying to work this out.
Tyler, how's your posture? Do you find that you have to be hunching over a lot?
Not really, no.
Do you find it easy to get into relationships?
Yes.
All right. You ever knock your head on a door frame there?
No, I haven't.
I'm going to say Tyler's over 6 foot.
I reckon.
He sounds
I reckon you're over 6 foot, Tyler.
We're locking that in.
I am.
Oh,
Yes!
4 for 4.
Can we go 5 for 5? Laura joins us now in Melbourne. Hello, Laura.
Hi, team.
Has anyone ever called you Big L?
They could have.
They could have. Okay, all right. Are you familiar with Yao Ming?
No.
Okay.
If you go to a festival...
Oh, I am. Yes.
You are, yeah. Okay, and if
Okay.
you were to meet Yao Ming, do you feel like
have
you'd
I
meet
met-
him at
no, I
eye
have
level?
not
You don't know who Yao Ming is.
Okay.
No, but you know who he is.
Okay.
Okay.
If you go to a
she's trying to trick us.
I don't know, yeah.
if you go to a festival, can you see the act performing on the stage?
Depends how close I am. Yes.
If you're in the middle.
In the middle. Sometimes.
You a netballer, you a basketballer, Laura?
Have been.
Have been. Okay. How'd you go back in the day?
Sorry? How'd I go?
Yeah.
Not bad. Average.
Knew your way around the.
Okay, what position did you play?
Defence.
She's a tall.
Classic
Are we locking in
person
tall?
thing.
All right, we're locking in
6
tall.
foot is very big. Let's go for it. Yeah, I reckon you're over 6 foot, Laura.
No.
The stage was set. How tall are you?
5'4".
Oh, so small.
Oh.
Stop calling everyone.
That bit was Baby Gronk approved.
We're going to try a little experiment. We're going to try and guess your age based off your voice. We want to play this tonight because if you saw in the news, Tom Holland, you might know him from Spider-Man, engaged to Zendaya. He actually had his ID rejected because they didn't believe that he was his own age.
And I feel that because he looks like he's 14.
He does.
And which is good, which is handy when, you're Spider-Man and you're, supposed to be like in high school and
Yeah.
stuff. So it like helps, And also I'm sure, better working rights if someone's like 21 plus in America. You can just get them doing longer shifts and stuff and you don't have to like have their parents there.
Well, let's see if we can guess your age from your voice. First up tonight, we got Christine in Melbourne. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Okay.
Straight away, I go for middle-aged.
You reckon, Christine? You just coming home from work?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I mean, but you do have like quite a high youthful voice, I'd say.
If I was going with my gut, my guess is 40. What do you reckon, Bill?
No.
Oh, I need more voice. Christine, what are you having for dinner?
Maybe some chicken.
I feel like Christine's putting on a voice.
She's trying to sound younger. Now I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, yes, I might have some chicken. Yeah, no, I think I get. I think you're trying to sound younger. So now I think Ben's on the money. I think, but can we just up it just a little? Let's just go 43. I reckon you're 43, Christine.
I really wish.
What are you? What's your age?
61.
Whoa!
Wouldn't have got that. Would not have got that.
And you know what? You tricked us, so I'm going to give you a pack of those Coco Loco.
Awesome. Thanks for that.
No worries.
No worries. Thanks, Christine. Sam in Melbourne. How you doing, mate?
Very well, yourself?
Bloody hell. So it's obviously very deep masculine voice. It'd blow my mind if you were like 17 or something like that. I mean, I kind of hope that's the case because you obviously sound like a 37-year-old tradie.
Sam, where are you off to tonight?
I'm just heading home from work.
Okay, it's, putting in a shift. Yeah. I mean, but you could have left school early. You know what I mean? Like you could, yeah.
Let's go.
You only finished at 6 o'clock.
Okay, let's go. I reckon you're 35, Sam.
Oh, I'm a bit younger than that. A bit 19.
What year were you born in?
2005.
Whoa! That's when Revenge of the Sith came out. You're so young.
That is crazy, Sam.
Sam, I'm going to give you a $100 Camplify voucher.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
You're 19? Dude, you can buy beers for everyone. That's crazy. That's the deepest voice I've ever heard. Wow.
Bev, good evening. Let's go one more. Bev, what do you do for work?
Make lift blankets.
Make blankets. Okay.
In apartments where you hang up blankets in apartments to...
yeah, like to not scratch the lift when they're moving furniture in and that sort of thing.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's niche.
Look, you sound young, but also, I'm not saying it's an old name, but I think Bev is a bit older. Like I don't know many Bevs my age.
Also, and please do not take this in the wrong way, I don't think there's many young people making lift blankets. It seems more like something
But we're supposed to be concentrating on the voice here. We're supposed to be looking away.
No, because then I
There's
think
not many people make them at all. So
no, but then you've got to be sprightly to make something with your hands, you know. But voice wise,
So hang on. So if our first
I don't
caller...
actually make them. My partner makes them, so I just help in the business.
Okay, so like if our first caller was 60,
yeah.
where are we putting Bev? Where are we saying? Because we've been well off. That guy with the Goliath voice was 19. You know,
My gut says Bev is definitely older. I think Bev's 57. That's my opinion.
I will turn a key on that as well, Ben. I think, yeah. Belle, you happy with that?
No.
No. I'm older. I'm 69.
Whoa!
You're 69?
Nowhere near it.
Yeah, you're
Nowhere
sounding
near it.
young for 69, Bev. I'll give you that. That's good.
And you know what? Because you tricked us as well, Bev, you have got yourself a $50 GYG voucher.
Oh, thank you very much.
No worries at all. You can have dinner tonight at Guzmani Gomez. Enjoy their new street corn. It's the must-have side. Only $3.50 at Guzmani Gomez. You have a great night, Bev.
Thank you very much.
And if you ever need lift blankets,
Yeah.
you know who to hit up.
That's it.
And that's it.
Liked that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Bell.